So, did you know that you could be attracting things in your life that you really don't want? In this video, I'm going to teach you on how your thoughts become things. As you think, you become. I'm going to share 5 principles on how you can begin to apply the wisdom in your life and begin to manifest what you truly desire. Hello. Welcome everyone. Good to connect with you guys today. We have an awesome message today. Thoughts become things. All about not allowing your conditions, not allowing the things that are happening around you, not allowing them to control you. Thoughts become things. Hello, everyone that's tuning in right now, watching us live here on Facebook. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Rainie Howard Show. We got a powerful daily word today. I just want to welcome all of you viewers, those of you who watch us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Hello. We love you. This message is all about thoughts become things. So we're really connecting with the teachings of life. You know, when we get together, when we have, this show, when we talk, and later on we're going to have Ask Rainie, we're going to do questions and answers, but it's all about connecting with life principles, learning the truth about the law of attraction, learning how we are constantly in flow of manifesting, whether we are aware of it or not. So today's message is powerful, and I'm going to share with you 5 tips that are going to help you to really navigate and not be controlled by your conditions. Hello. Hi, Tamia. Good to see you. Hello. Hey, everyone. And I want to encourage you to be sure to turn on notifications so that you don't miss these videos. Be sure to share, like, and tag other people as you're connecting. So let's get started. Let's get in this message because it's a really good message, and I got a lot of notes for y'all to take today. Hello. I hope y'all came with your questions because we're going to do Ask Rainie. We're going to get into the questions. But right now, let's get into this message. Thoughts become things. As you think, so you become. And really learning how to not be controlled by conditions. See, when you give so much thought energy to your conditions, you feed it energy. So if it's a condition, if it's a situation, if it's a problem that you don't want in your life, if it's something you're dealing with that you want to avoid or you don't like, or maybe it's something that you're dealing with in your job, in your relationship, or something you're dealing with in your health and your finances, and you want things to change. Here's the key. If you're putting all of your focus, thought, energy towards the situation you don't like, you are going to continue to empower it. You are going to continue to see it manifest fully in your life because thoughts become things. And here's the things with thoughts. We become what we think about. We become what we think about. We embody our thoughts. If you're thinking things, low self-esteem, not feeling confident about yourself, feeling like you want to avoid, facing your truth or healing or growing through some situations, you cannot avoid that. Your mind, your thoughts, you are becoming those things. So you may be asking, so how do I begin to not allow my conditions to control me? And I want to start. The first principle I'm going to give you today is you want to know what you truly desire. Know what you truly desire. For instance, if you're dealing with a situation, a financial situation, maybe it's a bill and it's over your head and you feel like you're struggling to pay it. You feel like you're struggling to afford it and it's constantly on your mind. You're stressed about it, right? Instead of thinking about how stressful it is and thinking about how big it is or how much it costs or how difficult it is to pay that bill. Think about what you truly want. What you truly want is financial freedom. What you truly want is a successful bank account. What you truly want is to be able to pay beyond your bills and have more than enough money. And so when your thoughts change to, I love the idea of easily paying my bills, of easily having more than enough money. I love the idea of being able to freely give, of being able to freely do whatever I desire to do. See how that feels so much different than focusing on how hard it is to pay your bill. So the first thing is to know what you truly desire and put your mind towards those things. I love there's a scripture that talks about think on whatever is a good report, whatever is loving and kind and of truth. Think on those things. Why? Because when you think on those things, you attract more of those great things into your life. And this is law. Like, we cannot avoid it. This is law. We are living in a universe where we're attracting things to us, where we become what we think about. We connect with like-minded, like people, whether we are aware of it or not. And so that's number one. Number two, you want to focus on gratitude and positive self-thinking, self-talking to yourself, talking to yourself, speaking affirmation. Focus on gratitude. And if you guys watched our show, the last show, I had my husband on and he talked about the power of gratitude when it comes to your finances. So focus on gratitude instead of focusing on that struggle, that tough, how difficult it is to pay that bill or whatever. Think about how grateful you are that you're doing your best. You may look at it right now like, oh, the bill is so high. I don't see myself having enough money to pay it. Instead of looking at it like that, think of it like, well, I'm doing the best that I can. I can pay a little bit at a time. I can do my best. I can communicate with the creditors or the bill collectors. I can communicate with them. I can do my best. I know things are going to work out for me. I know that as I continue to do the best that I can do, I'm going to open up new doors to bring new opportunities to allow me to keep going. Start changing your thinking, changing your thoughts so that you begin to attract more peace, so that you eliminate that stress. You eliminate the feelings of hopelessness, the feelings of discouragement, and you just begin to attract more of the peace and the joy and the prosperity and the blessings because you're looking at it from a different standpoint. You looking at it, well, I may not be where I would like to be, but I thank God that I've improved and I'm not where I used to be. It may be a little challenging right now, but I believe things are getting better and better. I can feel it in my spirit. I may not see it manifest right now, but I feel that as I continue to move forward, things are going to open up for me. Opportunities are opening up for me. New connections, new relationships, all of those things, right? Just begin to focus on gratitude. Thank God that I can see, that I can hear, that I'm in my right mind, Think on those things because that is going to align you with the things you desire. We become what we think about. Thoughts become things. If you know how powerful your thoughts are, you want to start getting control of your thoughts. Instead of focusing on controlling the condition and controlling the situation and controlling people, align yourself with controlling you. Focus on controlling your thoughts, your mind, your gratitude level, what you desire, how you can begin to see things differently. Focus on that. And as you do that, you're going to align with what you desire. See, this is what we need to realize. Although we all know we live in a physical world, we can see things, feel things, touch things, right? But we also live in a very spiritual world. Whether we are aware of it or not, whether we can physically see it or not, we are in a spiritual realm as well, both physical and spiritual. And a lot of things are happening spiritually that we are ignoring because we can't see it. But when we tap into that intuition and that inner knowing, we can align with what it gives peace to us spiritually as well as physically. And so this is so important. And this is why I'm talking about this today, because this is we are preparing ourselves to really align and grow in a way where we no longer have to have excuses, no longer have to be victims of our world. We no longer have to be victims of our conditions, but we can overcome them. We can be more than overcomers as we begin to apply the principles that are life-changing principles that will begin to transform your thinking. It starts with renewing your mind. You want to be intentional with what you say, what you're communicating. Be aware of your words. Be aware of your words. Matter of fact, don't talk too much. Matter of fact, make big moves in silence. Do some things in silence. Don't tell everybody what you're working on, your big dreams, your big goals. Because right now they're looking at your present situation and they're telling you, oh, well, I see you struggling right here. You're dealing with this. You're dealing with that. So you got to know that you are aligning yourself spiritually. So you see some things that haven't been physically manifested. You see you elevating. You see you evolving in your life. And so because you see that and other people can't see that around you and they're too busy distracted by the physical, you need to keep some stuff to yourself. Be very intentional what you say. Be very intentional about how you communicate. Be very intentional about your words. Your words are power. When you speak it out there, you're putting it out in the atmosphere. You are creating with your words. So as you're thinking it and you're speaking, be careful what you say. Don't say, oh, I'm so broke. Don't say, oh, I'm tired. Don't say those things because you speak against yourself when you do that. So you got to become your best friend. You got to speak life over yourself. Number 4, here's another big one. Visualize success. I want you to start visualizing your success. I want you to start visualizing that thing in your life getting better. Visualize you rising above that situation. Visualize you overcoming that situation. Visualize you being a powerhouse over that situation. Visualize you being steadfast, immovable, and always abounding in everything that God has placed in your life. Visualize you being more than a conqueror, an overcomer, a leader, an achiever. Visualize your success. You got to see it. You got to envision it. You got to know without a shadow of doubt that you are blessed, that you are prosperous. You got to see yourself winning. See, some of you got to change your vision. You got to change what you've been seeing. What you've been seeing is off. You've been too focused on the present situation, the present conditions, that it has been holding you back from moving forward in your greatness. So it's time for you to see things differently. Visualize your success. Okay, now I'm going to give you this last one. I want y'all to tag some friends and share this video because this is some powerful stuff and some people need to hear this today. The last key to our message today, I want you guys to know allowing is the key. Once you align yourself with what you know you want, you put it out there, ask, believe, you're connecting spiritually, you are connecting, you are one with God. You know you are here as a co-creator with God. You know that as you connect with your creator, as you align with your source, as you become one with the infinite intelligence, all-knowing power of God, right? As you do this, you put out there, you visualize, you speak things that you don't even see. You speak success that you don't even see physically. The key is to allow. This is how you receive. You allow. See, you're not forcing. You're not chasing. You're not trying to change or control anything. You align yourself to allow. Some of you out there, you've been dealing with relationship issues. You really want the love of your life. You really want to be in this beautiful marriage, and you've been trying so hard, and you don't realize all that trying is only stopping what's for you. See, you need to get aligned and then allow. See, you can get in your own way. You can get in the way of things that are trying to manifest in your life because you're trying too hard, because you're looking in too many places. You're distracting. You're making this a job, a business, a duty, when it's time for you to allow. It's time for you to flow. It's time for you to be led. It's time for you to just be guided. See, this is where we go. We align and we allow. Yes, I see that, Patrick. That's my husband, y'all. We align and we allow. Allowing is the key. Allowing is where you become a master of things that are in your life, where you master your conditions. You're not trying to control them. People calling you bill collectors, whatever. You holding your peace. You're keeping yourself in a peaceful state. You allowing yourself to be guided. And as you're guided, you just see things flow. Things start lining up. Relationships, people, opportunities, appointments, guide. You hear this thing and that thing, and you like, man, you look up and you like, whoa, how did all of this happen? And you can't explain it because, like I said, we're in a spiritual realm as well as a physical realm. And you can't ignore either one. You can't ignore the physical and you can't ignore the spiritual. You got to be aware, aligned, and allow. Because guess what? We're not in control of what's happening, and we don't need to be. This is where the peace comes. This is where the joy comes. This is where the rest comes, because God never intended for us to be stressed and worried and forcing and chasing and all just worn out. No, that's not what we're here for. We are here to create. We are here to enjoy. We are here to experience joy, love, peace, prosperity, abundance. Abundance is our birthright. Know who you are. Know who you are. Yes. Thoughts become things. If you didn't see the whole video, once we post it, you want to make sure you watch this entire video, because it's all about you aligning with your truth, with who you are and what you're here to do. So at this time, I want to share a little bit about my book, You Are Enough: Overcoming People Pleasing and Emotionally Unavailable Relationships. When it comes to really aligning with your truth, aligning with who you are, and being aware of the things that have held you back in your life, and being aware to the point to where now you can allow your destiny, your purpose, your flow just to be able to just manifest. You got to let go of the toxic thinking, the toxic mindsets, the people pleasing, the addiction to unavailable relationships, emotionally unavailable relationships. All those things hold you back. And so I share that in this book, You Are Enough. Is it real love or your need for validation? Many of you have read it. If you haven't, feel free to get the book today at realloveexists.com. You can get it 20% off when you type in the daily word. Yes, and that book is actually pinned in the comments as well, and the link is pinned in the comments. All right, so it's time for Ask Rainie. Go ahead and type your questions. Type up your questions. I got some questions already that I'm going to start with, but I want you guys to go ahead and type in your questions. It's time to ask Rainie. What do you have for me? Great question. So the question was, what is something you can do daily to keep you focused on your vision? I would say a great thing to do to start off is to have a vision board. I think that's the beginning process. If you're new in the process of manifesting the things you desire, which I mean, when I say manifesting, because a lot of people, I want to break that down. A lot of people feel like manifesting means you're doing something or controlling something, and you're doing it outside of God, or you're trying to manipulate or whatever. Manifesting it only means made reality, make reality. We are manifesting all the time, whether we are aware or not. We may not be manifesting what we desire, but we're manifesting. So when you begin to manifest what you desire, there is an art to that, because then you become more intentional about reprogramming your mind, because like we talked about, thoughts become things. So as you manifest what you desire in your alignment with God, you're aligned with God, whether you know it or not. Like we are a spirit, we are created in the image of God. We are one, right? And if you are in the beginning process of manifesting, you want to start renewing your mind. And you can start with vision boards. You can start with having pictures of things you desire. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people think, well, is it wrong? Well, if I want to do this, am I wrong because I don't know if it's God's will? God's will is for you to have life abundantly. Whatever that means in your heart, if it's a vision of you traveling, if it's a vision of you, writing a book, having a business, whatever, God is for you. He's not against you. So don't be afraid to put it out there, what you desire, and have a vision board and have affirmations and write down what you're grateful for. All of those things are very, very important. So that's a great question. Someone asked, how do you know when it's time to let go in a relationship? If this relationship is toxic, if it's interfering with your health, I'm not going to tell anyone to let go or to divorce or to do anything like that. My advice would be, instead of putting all of your energy, focus, and attention on trying to make a relationship work, put your focus, energy, and attention on healing yourself, on connecting with your purpose, mind, body, and spirit, on getting clear with who you are, on focusing on working on your mind, your mental health, whether that means therapy, meditation, you getting, some counseling, you journaling. Focus on you. When you focus on you, when you build you up from the inside out, mind, body, and spirit, the relationship is going to work itself out. Whether you inspire that other person to get themselves together because they see the difference in you, because they see how much you've poured into yourself and you serious about getting right, you may inspire them to be better. But if not, if they're not inspired and they want to stay where they are, let them leave. Let them leave. You don't have to force it or try to change or try to work to do or when is the time to let go. Work on you. Go ahead. Is it another question? Okay. If you're married to a narcissist, you know this person is controlling, manipulative, whatever, do what's best for your health. Create a plan. I don't know how toxic it is. Some people are in very abusive relationships. Some people, it could be life and death for them. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for your health. If you need to work out a plan, if you need to get in a safe home, if you need to get out, whatever, do what's best for your mind, body, and spirit. Work on you. Don't even think about, I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to fix him. I'm trying to change him. I'm trying to do. No. You can't. You can't change another person. You can't control another person. They will be who they are. They may be inspired to change if they want to, if they're inspired, but you can't do it. We're not here to change people. We are not here to fix people. Even me as a speaker and an author, I know my purpose is not to change people. My purpose is to inspire. That's all. We can only inspire people. We cannot try to force people to change. That's their job. So give it to them. Give it to him. Let it go. You get out of the business of trying to change or trying to control, and you begin to allow. Take that advice we shared earlier. Allow. All right. So someone had a question. Why is it so hard to love? This is what she said. Why is it so hard to love? I want to say this. It's not hard to love. Actually, love comes very easy. It's your part of your natural being. If you think of babies, they're naturally here. They come in. It's not hard for them to love. It's not hard for them to trust. They come in so pure, so connected to God, so connected to source, and they just flow in with love and joy and all of that. It comes easy. See, what makes love hard is the negative, toxic experiences that people have and they go through in their life. And then they go through these experiences and they put up walls, and they put up emotional walls, and they block love, and they're afraid of love, and they're fearful, and because of what love meant to them. It's really not hard to love. It's just you getting back to love. It's just you unlearning some toxic things that happened to you that's blocking the love from flowing so easy and freely in your life. So my advice would be to really work on your healing, to really do the work, the inner work, the journaling, all of that stuff, do it. And really start the process of getting to that place of where your natural well-being is birth and love. You are love. You come from love. God is love. Love is in you. It's just you getting back to it. So do that work of unlearning all the toxic things that have held you back from love, and get to a place where you can now freely receive love, because you deserve it. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, feel free to inbox your questions if you have questions. Thank you guys so much. I want to remind you to go ahead and tag your friends. Share this video. Somebody wants to hear it and see it. Be a blessing, inspire others. Join us every week, Mondays and Fridays at 11:30 Central Standard Time, live on Facebook. Be sure to tune in. We love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to get the book, realloveexists.com. You are enough.